Hello everyone, back tuning into today's third and final video, doing the 17th Christmas update for today's third and final video. So we're going to have a look once again at the CFS V2 9-monthly forecast at metroseal.fr. I'll also show you the latest GFS run, midday run of the GFS, which is now coming into time frame of Christmas. It takes us to Christmas Eve, so very shortly we will be discarding the CFS and we'll move to the GFS and do the proper countdown to Christmas for the final sort of updates that we do as we move towards Christmas period. So I'll get on that for you very shortly, just to say that today's first video was weekend forecast, was always on a Saturday, having a detailed look at weather week ahead, and then the second video up this afternoon was a long video going over southern stratospheric warmings in December, and also have a look at weather next week, 10 days as well. There's more in that also, so have a look at it. It's on the homepage. Quite an interesting video. Have a look at it, see what you think. So the website we're using for the 17th Christmas update is metroseal.fr. You can find it to Metroseal on the links page. We will also be using the charts from wetcentral.d as well, so you can find links to both of those websites on the links page at Gazworths and in the description at YouTube. So just to tell you again about the model, it's CFS V2 9-monthly forecast, midday run. We've always found all of these updates use the same run, which is the midday run, generated midday yesterday on the 7th of December. And I think with that, we'll get on with it. So we're going to start off on the 15th of December. So this is only a week away now. And we've got an area of low pressure here moving away to our east and pulling down some quite cold air from the northeast. So this could be bringing rain to southern parts of the country, but possibly a little bit of snow actually up in the north as that low pressure exits out into the North Sea. Very quickly, we bring another low pressure in from off the Atlantic. That takes us from 16th through to 17th of December, looking very, very unsettled indeed, with low pressure barreling in from off the Atlantic, running up towards Christmas. We're up to the 20th of December now, and that low pressure is clearing away to our east, pulling down quite a chilly northerly wind, so it's turning a little bit colder, and there might be a few wintry showers up in the north. This is the 21st through to the 22nd of December, and we've got high pressure to our south and a deep area of low pressure around Greenland and Iceland, so very strong winds up to gale force moving in across the country, bringing a bit of a stormy spell perhaps for the 22nd of December. That takes us into the eve of Christmas Eve, which is the 23rd of December. It looks very unsettled indeed. A deep low pressure to the north of Scotland with the strong to gale force westerly winds across the country, bringing excuse me, quite heavy showers, maybe longer spells of rain. And for northern parts of the country, you won't completely rule out some snow with that over northern high ground. So we're up to Christmas Eve, and it's looking very unsettled on this 17th Christmas update for Christmas Eve. We've got low pressure still to the north of Scotland. We've got the strong, quite cold westerly winds feeding in bright spells, but also showers. The showers might be a little bit wintry up in the north as the air is coming out of Greenland. Down in the south, it looks like there's a disturbance, might be bringing a more general area of wet weather into southern parts of the country on Christmas Eve. That's Christmas Day, and again, looks quite unsettled, although we are under a very, very slight transient ridge, actually a very slight bump within the isobars. Could give us a dry day if that came off. Plenty of sunny spells, a few showers scattered about, temperatures probably quite close to average. Very quickly, the next low pressure is moving in though, so Christmas night turns wet and windy across the country, and that takes us into what looks like quite a stormy Boxing Day. Heavy rain and gale force winds there for Boxing Day, possibly snow for northern parts of the country. So that again is quite a cold wind that's coming out of Greenland, possibly bringing wintry showers to Scotland. Further south, we'll be looking at rain showers on what would be quite a stormy day. That takes us to the 27th of December. It still looks very unsettled. Low pressure really is in control. So again, the 17th Christmas update, no deviation of what the CFS V2 has been going for very recently. since around the 7th update, really. Generally, the signal has been unsettled, potentially at times quite stormy, and the CFS V2 is still going for that. Tonight, now we're up to the period but just before New Year, so it's the 30th of December, still looking very unsettled there, low pressure not very far away, and that takes us through to New Year's Eve and to New Year's Day too. The low pressure just keeps coming, bringing more bouts of rain from off the Atlantic, quite strong winds as well, possibly some gale force winds or even severe gales at times too. I'll just run you through the first few days of January. So we get to the 4th of January, start to push that low pressure away to the east, finally getting a little bit of ridging developing, building up from the south. So that's settling things down a little bit. It's turning a bit drier here through the first week of January. It's also turning a little bit milder as well. Temperatures will be up into double digits. So we go through the first week into the second week of January with lots of high pressure dominating weather. The low pressure is being blocked out in the Atlantic now as high pressure is reaching through the west of Europe and also starting to build up over Scandinavia. So we're into up to the 10th of January, and it is starting to look quite interesting now. High pressure is building over Scandinavia. And as we go through this second week of January, look what's happening. We're building a big ridge over Scandinavia, and we're pulling in a bitterly cold air mass from the east. So bitterly cold east winds flooding in across Europe into the UK as well. That would bring snow into southern and eastern parts of the UK there as we're moving up into the middle of January. Bitterly cold conditions with snow, particularly in the south and the east, and across many parts of Europe too. Eventually, as we go to the second half of January, that low pressure sinks away to the south. We start to pull up some milder southerly winds. So you have to wait a while for it, but as we get through into the second week of January, CFS V2 tonight is unleashing a bitterly cold easterly wind and snow. Let's come back to Christmas. I'm just going to show you the latest GFS run. So this is the midday run of the GFS. It updated around half an hour ago from when I'm doing the video at 5:30 in the evening. So starting on Sunday, next Sunday, 16th of December, looking wet and windy, quite stormy, gale force winds across England and Wales, and bouts of heavy rain. We go through to Monday, the 17th of December. Low pressure clearing away to the east, it's pulling down a colder northwesterly wind, so showers could be turning wintry in the north. That takes us to day 10, which is Tuesday the 18th of December, and again quite cold air trying to come down from the north. There's some sort of front there across the centre of the country, middle of the country, might be bringing rain or snow. Quite cold air moving in from the north. We do go into a northerly wind actually for Wednesday the 19th of December. We turn the wind into the north. That brings snow showers into northern western parts of the country and probably some pretty cold nights as well. The 20th of December sees that northerly being flattened off as winds turn back into the west again, and we start to move the weather back in from off the Atlantic. So temperatures lift up as we get to the 21st of December, with the weather front moving in from the Atlantic, bring cloud and outbreaks of rain. That's the 22nd of December, looking rather stormy, a little bit in line with what CFS has been showing. Wet and windy weather sweeps in from off the Atlantic on Saturday 22nd of December, and then we get through to Sunday the 23rd, looking cold with a cold northwesterly wind and showery. Showers will probably turn wintry up in the north, and then that gets us to Christmas Eve as far as we can go. With the GFS today is Christmas Eve, 24th of December, and we're up to midday on Christmas Eve, and it's looking rather unsettled after that colder northwesterly for the 23rd. The winds back into west and southwest for the 24th, and we start to bring another weather system off the Atlantic, probably bring cloud and outbreaks of rain. And that's as far as we can go with the GFS, but tomorrow the GFS will be up to Christmas Day. So what we're going to do tomorrow is, well, the first video up tomorrow will be your regular week to 10 day weather forecast video, and there'll be all sorts put into that as well. And then the second video up around this time tomorrow will be an ensembles watch. So we go through all 21 GFS ensemble members, see what they're all showing for the extended range going up to Christmas Day. And that will be the second video up tomorrow. And then the 18th Christmas update which will be on Monday. That one will again have the CFS V2, but also we'll have, by that point, we'll have the GFS covering Christmas Day and Boxing Day. And then after the 18th Christmas update, I think we'll pretty much discard the CFS and we'll go then with the GFS, and we'll count down properly to Christmas. Right, so don't forget to check out today's two other videos, weekend forecast, and that half an hour epic looking at December sudden stratospheric warming events. It's on the homepage. It's a really interesting watch, even if I say so myself. And that's it for the 17th Christmas update. So thanks for tuning in on your Saturday evening. Thanks a lot.